I thank all the members for their useful views, inputs and suggestions. All your ideas have certainly given us a lot of good feedback on how we can further tweak and streamline our policies and action plan for a more consumer-friendly and sustainable growth in civil aviation in our country. This sector has shown a robust growth rate in terms of passengers carried both domestically and internationally from 2014-15 to 2015-16. Our domestic passengers traffic grew from 70 million to 85 million, making India the land of 21% growth rate. This is heartening news for all of us. Presently, we are the 9th in the world in terms of passenger traffic, and we hope to become the 3rd largest civil aviation economy in the world by 2022. This will require substantial upgradation of airport capacity, connectivity, as well as consumer-friendly regime with our ultimate aim of taking flying to the masses. I am happy to share with you that the Airports Authority of India has planned an infrastructure investment of over 15,000 crores in the next 5 years to achieve this objective. This shall include new airports, expansion of existing ones, upgradation of ANS infrastructure, as well as cargo facilities. Projects for the upgradation of 39 airports have been either already started or in the pipelines. In addition, 15 non-scheduled airports will be revived for VFR operations. In 2015-16, Durgapur International Airport, built with an investment of 750 crores, has been operationalized. Besides, new terminals were also operationalized in Chandigarh, Tirupati and Khajuraho. Vadodara Airport Terminal and a new heliport in Rohini will be completed within July 2016. Besides, processes for selection of developers of the Navi Mumbai and Mopa Air in Goa are approximately at total cost of 18,000 crores is also underway. The ministry has also given an in-principle approval for the new airport at Dholera in Gujarat and site clearances for airports at Bhogapuram, Nellore, Kurnool and Bhiwandi. Over the last 2 years, there has been a significant improvement in customer satisfaction index at Indian airports, with Airports Authority of India emerging as one of the top service providers of international standards. In a survey conducted in 2015 by the Airport Council International, which is a global body of airport operators across the world, Jaipur and Lucknow have been marked first and second in the world in the category of 2 to 5 million passengers. Goa and Trivandrum have been placed 4th and 5th in the same list. Srinagar has been ranked second in the category of up to 2 million passengers. Mumbai and Delhi joint venture airports have been ranked joint first in the category of 25 to 40 million passengers. The airport service quality rating of major AI airports is 4.53 against a world average of 4.13. We issued licenses to 4 scheduled and 13 non-scheduled airlines to operate in the country since June 2014. The number of aircrafts available with the scheduled airlines has gone up from 381 to 428 in the last 2 years of this government. Correspondingly, the number of seats available has also increased by about 12% from 66,700 758 to 74,499 on a daily basis. The number of domestic departures per week, which was about 11,934 in the summer of 2014, has increased to 14,869 in the summer of 2016. This translates to a growth rate of almost 25% in the last 2 years. Air India continues to serve us well, and after a long wait of 10 years, has made an operational profit this year. This is a development which brings immense satisfaction to all of us. By cutting its operational expenses by almost 11%, Air India has turned from a rupees 2,636 crore loss-making unit in 2014-15 to a 8 crore operational profit unit in 15-16. It has also joined the Star Alliance, which has helped it integrate better with the international civil aviation market. I need hardly remind us of the human services that Air India had provided to the nation in the hour of crisis, evacuating about 6,000 nationals from Yemen, 1,300 workers from Iraq and Libya, and 17,500 passengers from quake-affected Nepal. It will induct 28 more aircraft in its fleet by January 2018, and by 2020, its fleet size is likely to grow and could be by about 100 aircraft to about 232 aircraft. The budget proposals for the year have given a shot in the arm towards the Make in India initiative of the government. The maintenance, repair and overall business of the Indian carriers is almost to the extent of 5,000 crore, out of which 90% of this money gets spent outside the country, even when we have the capacity. With a view to retain this business as also to develop India as a hub of MRO operations in Asia, several tax exemptions have been proposed in the budget announcements. This will provide multiple benefits, generate employment, build capacity, provide cost-effective maintenance, reduce turnaround time, save valuable foreign exchange. The budget proposals as well as the draft civil aviation policy lay focus on regional connectivity with an aim of providing affordable aviation services in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Concessions may be provided in terms of reduced airport charges, navigational charges, electricity, water charges and security charges. We propose to partner with state governments to revive some of the 160 airstrips owned by them, as also to develop 10 of the 25 non-functional airstrips with the Airports Authority of India. We keep the ticket prices affordable with a viability gap funding is also being looked at. We also realize the importance of development of air cargo sector. During 15-16, common user domestic cargo terminals were made operational in 12 airports and 6 more sites were planned in 2016-17. The growth rate in this sector has been a modest 6%. We carried a total of 20.23 lakh tons during April-December 2015, which provides us with an opportunity to explore further development avenues in this area. Technology is a great enabler. the DGCA has initiated a comprehensive e-governance project titled eGCA, which will enable it to offer 160 services online to stakeholders. This system will promote transparency, increased efficiency, and service delivery, leading to greater ease of doing business. The first set of such services will be launched this month. Also, AAI has launched an improved online system for issuance of height clearances, and color-coded maps have been finalized for 16 cities, which enables the municipal bodies to grant height clearance locally. India has also become the first country in the equatorial ionospheric region and the fourth in the world to use satellite-based navigation system, Gagan, for approaches with vertical guidance service. Biometric access control systems shall also be installed at major airports by October 2016. For enhanced security, Cochin Airport has become the first in the world to exclusively run on solar energy with an total installed capacity of 12 megawatts. Delhi and Hyderabad international airports also have 8 and 5 megawatt plants respectively. The Airports Authority has already established 4.55 megawatts of solar capacity at its airports, and an installation of further 23.80 megawatts is underway. I am also happy to share with you that all airlines have strongly adhered to the route dispersal guidelines, which will provide connectivity to the remote and underserved regions of the country. The performance of all airlines is considerably in excess of the targets. It will continue to be our endeavor to keep our airports and skies absolutely safe through foolproof adherence of prescribed international standards. I inform you with a degree of satisfaction that in a very recent audit conducted by ICAO, our compliance rates with regards to the quality control, regulatory framework and in-flight passenger and cargo security were assessed at 99.25% against a world average of about 66%. The ICAO audit of DGCA was also successfully completed in 2015 and no safety concerns were raised. I shall now proceed to discuss the concerns raised by members. One of the major concerns by members was many members had voiced their concern regarding steep increase in airfares during unpredictable disruptions in transport services on account of natural calamities, agitations, etc. The government also has seized the matter. It has been strongly intervening with airlines to ensure that the inconvenience to passengers is minimized. For example, during the Chennai floods, alternate flight operations were commenced from the Arkonam Air Base of the Navy with the active cooperation of many airlines and capping of fares from Arkonam to Bangalore and Hyderabad at Rs 2,000. On the request of the ministry, airlines also came forward to launch additional flights during Srinagar floods. the earthquake in Nepal and the Jat agitation. However, taking into account the concerns of honorable members, the ministry will commence the process of consultation with stakeholders, including airlines, to explore the possibility of appropriately containing the fares for short durations on the affected sectors during national calamities, agitations, etc. Another concern which honorable members have voiced is that the reduction in ATF, aviation turbine fuel, is not being translated to airfares reductions. So we did an analysis of 23 routes, and we realized that the airfare from January-March 2015 to January-March 2016, there was a reduction, the average being 18.10%, which translates that the reduction of ATF is being passed on to the consumer.
What about the girl sector, Minister? I mainly point about the girl sector.
No, there is no reduction, but on
Other way,
अभी नहीं, बाद में देखा जाएगा, अभी नहीं.
We in India have any control on Indians. That's the thing there. So international passenger thing is different. We will come to that. Of course, his concern that Venugopal ji had raised was on ATF prices, which I have already talked about. And first of all, I also intervened there, and he mentioned that he was not talking of taxation. All ATF is zero tax based outside India, whatever international goes. And internationals, the nation in which the airline is registered is responsible to that nation. So this happens that way. Then you were talked about some airline also. I try to make my inquiries, and no airline of Kerala government is pending with the government of India. They have not even applied.
yes, sir. What happened to you? It is my right to ask the question. What happened to you?
आप उनको खत्म कर लेने दीजिए ना. दोनों मंत्री जी के रिप्लाई हो जाएंगे, उसके बाद आप पूछ लीजिएगा.
नहीं, whatever they say, we answer the members substantially, but how does the government work where imaginary questions are asked? There has to be some substance in what the questions are asked. We have not denied any airline which has applied with us. Since this government has come, 4 airlines have got their permissions. They are flying.
Sir, just a minute. Just a minute. If you permit me, I can say.
Okay, you.
Yesterday I spoke on the issue of Kerala government has given a request to government of India, Civil Aviation. I'm just a minute, for what?
मंत्री जी,
For relaxing the condition. For relaxing the.
बात को पूछना चाहेंगे तो पूछ लेंगे. आप अपनी बात तो समाप्त कर लीजिए ना.
ठीक है. I will try to put my this thing. It's an imagination. No government or any airline named Kerala Airways has applied with the government of India. And of course, any Indian registered airline will follow the Indian rules. There's a route dispersal guideline.
That is the cabinet note on that.
मंत्री जी, आप आसन के तरफ देखिए, अपने वक्तव्य को समाप्त करिएगा.
ठीक है. आप जो आदेश देते हैं वो हम पालन करेंगे. Then he wanted to know about that a runway work in Calicut airport was taking a lot of time. This airside pavement work commenced in August 2015. The stipulated date of completion is 2017. All efforts are being made to complete all the works, not only whatever is in Calicut, by December 2016. So, I think they are on time. Now, members have raised, like Dushyant Singh ji had also raised, a matter about purchase of 68 aircrafts in November 2004. This matter is before the Public Accounts Committee, and I understand the PAC has taken oral evidence of the ministry on 8th April 2016, and they have asked for additional information, which I think is going to be given to them on 5th May. I think
नहीं ये निशिकांत जी इनको खत्म करने दीजिए ना, तो फिर और मेंबर बीच में आ जाएंगे तो कितने को हम रोकेंगे?
पीएससी ने अपनी रिपोर्ट दे दी है, एक्शन टेकन नोट के ऊपर जो है हमने एविडेंसेस लिए हैं।
माननीय मंत्री जी, माननीय मंत्री जी, आप अपने वक्तव्य जारी रखें। कोई किसी प्रश्न को अभी उत्तर नहीं देना है, आप अंत में प्रश्न के उत्तर देंगे।
जी। Then I understand that the matter is going to come up before the PAC in this month itself. Then another issue was raised about the Dharmadhikari committee, which was went into the issues when the airlines were merged, Air India and Indian Airlines. I understand 226 issues were raised by them, out of which 12 are still to be implemented. 12 are at different stages of completion. They refer to 5 relate to training, 4 to IT and 3 to human HR. Then Sugata Rai had raised an issue of Northeast, where these things were there. That is the viability gap funding. Alliance Air is operating 2 AER-42 aircrafts in the northeastern region, which is based in Kerala. The operations are carried out with the viability gap funding from the Ministry of Donor. The agreement is valid up to March 2017. Further, the Ministry of Home Affairs also provides for helicopter operations in the northeastern region. Then we had a Speaker sir, we had a national civil aviation policy which we wanted to formulate. We had extensive consultations with all the stakeholders. This was put on the net, and in a very transparent way, everybody had made their suggestion, and based on which we wanting to make the Indian skies more vibrant, seeing that there were a large number of airports which are inoperational, and in the country we have a lot of airstrips also, which honorable members have been talking about. Second World War. Yeah, Second World War, probably this thing, and about 160 of them are with state governments, few with Government of India, with defense, with everyone else. There could be a few in private hands also. So, what we could probably revive, we needed to develop a strategy there, and it's in an advanced stage of finalization. all suggestions have come in and we are getting that examined, and these have now been circulated for an interministerial consultation because they cut across certain departments within the Government of India, and once that comes out of there, if any changes are required in earlier policy which was decided by Cabinet, it will have to go there and come out of that. That's the general procedure. It is happening. Those things are happening. Then a concern was expressed about this 787 aircraft, this Dreamliners. Of course, we did have certain trouble there, and they have been ironed out. Right now, the Boeing company is giving Air India spare parts, so I don't see any further problem as far as that is concerned. Then some people have talked about connectivity, particularly international connectivity. In most places it starts as a hopping flight, and as the customers grow, the ticketing grows, they convert it into a direct flight. So we start with hopping and then depending on ticketing go into the direct. This has been done everywhere. Then individual airports, a lot of questions have come up. So those questions are being attended to. If I start replying on each and everything here, it will be this thing, it will be, what do you call it, a little tedious for the honorable members. I'll definitely, what all members have talked about individually, I will definitely send that information to them. But we are happy that in the government, in the budget speech itself, the finance minister had indicated that we will have a no-frills airport ranging between 50 to 100 crore of rupees in some of these places. So we have to fix up the criteria of how we are going to select those places, and so the department is doing precisely that. We are working on it. And the Greenfield Airport policy continues, and we will be supporting all state governments who come forward to bringing in greenfield airports, and we will be supporting them. Then employee grievances were mentioned here. We'll look into all that. Removal of slums from airport lands, which are there in certain places, even that is also being looked into, because we have a good and reasonable safety record, and we can't sacrifice that. Then individual members have mentioned about all types of places, airstrips and airports to be done. We'll definitely look into that and keep the honorable members informed, I mean. That includes even jail. Then gentleman talked about having no airport in Arunachal Pradesh. I understand that some work is going on there, and whenever it is ready, flights will start. That's what will motivate all the airlines to come there. Then there was a expressed on the MRO in industry. Of course, this has potential in our country. We need to get this activity back again, and Finance Minister had given some tax concessions here, which we hope will help us in bringing this activity and generating employment in the country. Then Now, in our country, seaplanes are also permitted to operate. In fact, Maharashtra and Kerala state, there are some aircraft undergoing the certification process. Microlight aircrafts are also permitted within our country. Air ambulances, the DGC has brought out the regulation for air ambulance services and a circular for helicopter emergency medical services. So that is also being done. Then a lot of people have asked for connectivity to different parts of the country and individual airports. We'll be looking into all that, including the airport which is coming in Sikkim. So, by and large, this is what it is. We have been fortunate that the Prime Minister has guided us on 2 occasions. We have had the benefit of his suggestions also, and in the 231st report of the Parliament on aviation, we are benefited by that suggestions also. There are a few cut motions given by members, and I would request the members to withdraw these cut motions and not press them. With this, after a long time, a long gap of about 10 years, I understand this demand has come in for discussion on the floor of the Lok Sabha, and we are very happy that everybody is discussing civil aviation, and with everybody's support, India can rise to its potential and be the 3rd civil aviation force in the world by 2022, and we hope to make that a reality. Thank you, sir.